You are where you are because of your habits.
Yeah.
With your habits, you can only get to that point.
Yes.
The current habits that you're doing will only get you to where your life is right now. If you want to change where your life's at, you have to change some of your habits. At the moment, your life has a bunch of autopilot things. Whatever you do as a habit, as a normal routine, like you have something that you do. And it might not be a positive thing, but whatever your daily routine is, has become a habit. The way you drive to work, the route you take. You don't have to think about it every day and be like, which way am I going to turn? It's like, you just drive to work.
Yeah.
The fact that you make a coffee in the morning, like you just do that. It's not something you have to think about.
Yeah.
Whatever the habits are in your life, like you have them. All you have to do is tweak them a little bit and add another little thing in there, or remove something that's actually impacting you negatively.
Yes.
So it's not about starting from scratch. It's like you have habits. Now just add to them, build on them.
Yep.
The best way to do that is small incremental changes that are sustainable.
We'd love to hear if you guys, have made any routines in the last couple of months, maybe this year, with the coronavirus. I know it jammed a lot of people up, like thrown a spanner in the works for what is your typical day. So maybe you've had to find other ways to get, whether it's to the gym or, eat particular foods at certain times because work isn't there. Or
well, the habits have had to change.
They have.
Maybe you normally go out to a gig on a Friday night, but we can't obviously have been doing that.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing with your Friday nights instead?
Yeah.
Like, if your habits have changed, what has changed?
Yeah.
And has the result been better or worse?
Yeah.
All of these like incremental changes, all of these like mindsets apply to your mental health. They apply to your daily life, but they also apply, the same concept applies on a global scale. The same concept applies to businesses, the same concept applies to governments, the same concept applies to society. The concept of our song, As Darkness Comes, is that the environment that we're living in, the world that we're living in, where it's polluted and we're dealing with things like rising carbon emissions, we're dealing with a shitload of natural disasters like bushfires and floods and all of this stuff, the global pandemic that's happening right now. Where we are as a civilization is because of our habits. It's because of our choices. The small things that we do every single day contribute to all of those things. Like the pollution in the ocean didn't turn up overnight. It's like lots of like one little plastic bag here, one little Coke can there. It wasn't just like all of a sudden we just had all this pollution that we dumped into the ocean and now it's polluted. It's like one little incremental change. One little plastic bag. Oh, it's just a plastic bag. It's just one little Coke can. It's not going to make a difference.
Yes.
Times 1 million days, times 6 billion people. Next minute we've got a shitload of pollution. And
yeah.
The same thing applies to air pollution. The same thing applies to all of that stuff. Where we're at is because of all of those little tiny habits. However, the solution lies in the problem.
Yes.
The way we got there was through small little changes. The way we can get out of there is through small little changes.
100%.
One less plastic bag in the ocean. Oh, it's not going to make a difference. It's only one less plastic bag. Like, that's how we got here in the first place.
You only put in one, you only need to take out one.
That's right. And it's the same thing. You're not going to change the world. You're not going to clean up the oceans in a week.
Yeah.
We're not going to, like, stop the virus overnight.
Yeah.
We're not, like, these things don't just happen through, like, one big or concerted effort. They happen through lots of small incremental changes on the individual level.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a shock to the system, to go, holy shit, like, what the hell was that?
Wait, what are we doing? Just a slap in the face. It's the holding up the mirror and just being like, hang on a sec, take a good look at yourself.
Yeah.
This is where you're at. Is this where you want to keep going?
Yeah.
Or do you want to change something now? Yeah.